up, guys? Little change of pace. Already finished the leg workout. I just got back, already home. Usually I like to record before I leave to the gym and after I finish my workout, usually in the parking lot. But today I'm just gonna record everything afterwards. Did do legs, pretty much essentially the same workout that you guys saw last leg workout, which was last Monday. Do the leg press and then so on. But it was a good workout. Was able to progress in almost everything that I did. Specifically the compound, which was the leg press. I was able to add 2 reps to my top set, which is more than enough. That's what I was aiming for. I was aiming for at least 1 more than last week, but I was able to get 2 more by pushing myself, obviously. That's really important for everyone to do. But today we'll keep it short and sweet again, hopefully short. But today we'll just be going over some simple ways that can help you structure a decent workout routine. We'll dumb it down to 3 things for now, but obviously there's a lot of things that go into a decent or good workout routine. But number 1, we'll start with preference. So this means choosing the exercise that you like doing, that you prefer, that you connect with properly, that do well with your body structure, whatever it may be. Preference. So just find exercise that work for you. Stick with those. Try different ones. If they don't work, then throw them out. If they do work, then stick with them and progress with them, because it takes years to actually even once you think you feel like you're doing an exercise properly, guess what? You probably aren't. That goes for myself as well. I've been struggling with even something as simple as a dumbbell, an incline dumbbell. It's so technical that there's always like these little minute details to improve on. So it takes years. Even the best bodybuilders in the world, even the best influencers that you see online, they don't have the every detail down. So but I'm just speaking on the general population. I'm trying to help you guys. I don't really care for anyone else. But yeah, try to choose stuff that you enjoy, that help you get a good workout in, you can progress with. Ideally, I always like to find a compound for each muscle group. Find at least 1 compound that you enjoy, and that's a good way to start off. Include that, and then you can do all your fluff work, your isolations. So you could choose those as well. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're doing legs. You could choose either something like some sort of leg press or some sort of squat. It doesn't have to be a barbell squat. It can be a hack squat. It can be a pendulum squat. Anything, as long as it's a compound, meaning it works multiple muscle groups and you can overload them like crazy compared to isolations. You're using actual plate-loaded stuff. But yeah, that goes for that. And number 2, it is goal. So what's your goal? If your goal is like mine, which is to gain muscle, gain a little strength here and there, but prioritizing muscle gain over time, just overall improving my physique. But obviously that comes with the muscle growth. So if that is you as well, then you need to be progressively overloading. And that essentially just means that over time you need to be increasing the stimulus you put on your muscles. And how do you do that? It's pretty simple, but I guess complicated in some ways, because you have to put in the work, obviously, and you have to be consistent. But essentially, progressively overloading, to dumb it down, it is just doing more reps over time within a specific weight category or a specific exercise. Also increasing the weight over time. That's putting more stimulus on your muscles. Obviously, you're doing more weight, meaning more load on your muscle. And obviously the reps, increasing the stimulus because you're doing more, meaning total volume. Or increasing the sets. That's another good one. That pretty much dumbs it down, those 3, to volume, increasing your volume over time. There's also improving your connection with a specific muscle. Obviously, this is naturally improved over time. You're not gonna have the best connection right off the bat. You know, it's very rare, unless you come from like some sort of sports background, or you know you've worked out here and there in your past, and now you're actually doing it consistently. Then you'll have an idea on, you know, what you should be feeling in this muscle while you're doing an exercise. You know, like for example, if like me, I came from a soccer background, so any leg related stuff from the get-go I was able to connect pretty well with, and that's what I meant by, you know, how you came up. But yeah, that's for number 2. That's a goal. And lastly, at number 3, it is training volume. So we kind of went over it a little bit, what it dumbs down to. Like we said, sets, weight, reps, and you can probably throw in intensity in there, but it's mainly workload. So it's mainly what you're doing in the specific training session. So let's say you're doing a leg session, and you do a total of 12 sets within every exercise that you do. So let's just dumb it down to like 4 exercises. Let's say you do calf raises, you do some sort of quad extension, hamstring extension, and then you have your compound, whether it's a squat or leg press, whatever it is. So let's say you do 3 sets, for example, in every one of those exercises, meaning 12 sets total. That would be considered 12 sets for that session. That is considered your volume. Whatever amount of reps you do in those sets, that's completely very personal based on your progress, what you're doing in that specific day, whether you're pushing the weight, or you're just doing more like volume work. You're doing high rep, low rep, whatever it is. But then you have your weight. Obviously, that is completely dependent on you, based on your goal. Obviously, if you really want to push your strength, you're gonna have to be, you know, prioritizing that weight, taking a little longer rest periods, etc. But once again, that is completely on you. But obviously, total volume, weekly volume, this is really something that a lot of people get kind of overcomplicated in a way. It's to put it simply, I would not go based off what others are telling you to do. Meaning, you know, if someone says, "Oh, you have to do like 30 weekly sets for every muscle group, and that'll allow you to make the best progress," you know, that's very broad, and that's not how it works. You need to be doing things dependent on you. So this kind of goes back to your goals and your preference. Everything is really catered to you, and should be catered to you, because everyone is different. And the only way to find out the proper amount of volume is to really try things for yourself. You know, just like you're trying the different exercises, different rep ranges, etc. You need to be doing that for the training volume. You need to be finding the amount of sets where you feel comfortable, you're recovering properly, and because you're recovering properly, you're able to progress properly, and overall, you're making progress towards your main goal, which is whatever it is. But that's really important, that, you know, you just try different things. So for example, let's say you're completely new to training, and, you know, let's say you're completely lost, and you're watching this video, and let's say you're watching this, and next Monday you're going to start something completely new. What I would recommend is just to start short, and then work your way up to find your tolerance. So let's say on a leg day, just do like somewhere like 8 to 10 sets in the workout. You know, wherever you put those sets, meaning if you want to do more leg press, or, you know, less leg press sets, and then more of the isolation work, completely up to you. Just try it out. You know, let's say you do 9 sets in that week for that leg session, and then the next week, or the days after, you feel pretty good. You know, you're a little sore, but not overly sore. well then you're on the right track. And let's say the week after you increase it to like, let's say 11 sets, and then days after you feel completely you feel cooked and you're sore for like 5 days, well then you're probably doing too much to dumb it down. And you were probably better off doing that, maybe an extra set, or keeping it at the same level, because you were comfortable. You were still a little sore, which is completely fine. I don't think you guys should be scared of being sore. It's completely normal. In fact, if you're never sore, that's probably a bad thing. I would consider keeping that in mind. You have to be at least once in a while sore. Otherwise, you're probably not doing enough. You're either not training hard enough, or you're just not doing enough, meaning your volume is not there. But yeah, and then you have your intensity, which is really important as well. Obviously, you want to put maximum effort in whatever you do. So if you have to, take down those sets because you just feel run down after, let's say, 8 sets, and you can't get that 9th or 10th set in, well, just stop it there. You don't need to go too far if your performance is gonna be depleted, because then you're just gonna be wasting your time, wasting your energy when you can be recovering. But yeah, I know I said a lot of things, but hopefully you guys got some little pieces of information that you can apply to your own routine, and make your own workout routine to the best of your ability, essentially. But obviously, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share if possible. If you guys need any help with anything training related, anything diet related, or really anything at all, just please, you can DM me on Instagram. That's probably the best way to reach me, or you can leave a comment. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Bye.